Oh, there we are. You know, why does it always seem like I'm fighting with this goddamn technology? Case in point, here we are, almost 5 minutes into the broadcast, and VoiceMod finally decided to catch up. And since I route all of my microphone functions through that to clean up the background noise, if it's not running, I have issues with this program. It constantly requires reactivation, even though I never shut this computer off. Hi everybody, I'm Mac Paladin, and welcome to another edition of Strategy Sundays at Mac Paladin's Retro Gaming Emporium. Part 16 of Macross Eternal Lovesong. And of course, nothing ever works right. So let me get the Golics in here and we'll just be done with this. Yibishka.
Hello.
I was just lamenting that I've spent the last 5 minutes arguing with my various pieces of software because my iPad decided to connect to a different network in the house. And so, of course, Stream Deck didn't work.
Oh boy.
And then VoiceMod needs constant coddling. Like when I first got it, I never had to reactivate it. It would just run in the background. And now apparently every 5 seconds I have to reconfirm its credentials. Otherwise it disconnects from the website and it's like, oh, you don't have a subscription. Ah! I'm dying over here. Technology is slowly killing me, folks. But, you know, and I had this whole bit, like, I'm drinking my coffee and I got a splash of pumpkin spice in here, and I'm like, you know, it's that season, you know, and all that shiza. And I can't even remember what the bit was because everything went sideways.
I couldn't tell you, but I believe you.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, it's like I found out part of my problem was that the Minicam software, the Minicam software that I normally use for my DV cam, which is my quote-unquote professional grade, you know, webcam alternative. This thing's fancy. It's got a shotgun mic and a wide angle lens and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's real fancy. It's on a tripod. I have it mounted stationary behind the computer and all that good stuff. And for the last few weeks, you notice we've been having the video transmission problems.
I had heard of such, yes.
Yeah, and you can see now how much cleaner the video display is, because apparently I had to reset that software as well because it was causing some kind of CPU overload.
Some kind of weird memory leak. Oh, hi, Tato. Done with D&D for the day?
Hey, Tato.
Or are you not playing anymore after that campaign?
I mean, could be a little of both, right?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes campaigns go from one into the next one, and sometimes they don't.
Reset a couple of things behind me while you guys are chit-chatting. That one. It's always on the wrong screen. I swear to Christ. All right. So, hey, Dragon. So, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you may have noticed that I finally, after 16 weeks, changed the graphic for Macross. I finally found some actual in-game footage to use as a prompt. So
I usually just go with box art.
well, I mean that's what we went with before because it is pretty good. I mean, it actually has the original designer's artwork as if it were an anime as opposed to ray traced into a video game. So that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
But and the back of the box actually has a picture of Latrade on it. It's funny because the male protagonist is nowhere to be found anywhere on the cover.
You don't play Macross for the dudes, except for like maybe Max Genius or Roy Fokker. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, forget that Hikaru.
The point is that all of the like quote unquote main character males in Macross are enormous pieces of toast and or wet blanket.
You mean like that whiny bitch Hikaru Ichichu?
None of them.
I mean,
okay, with the exception,
Luke Skywalker
yeah,
has nothing on the bitchiness of this guy.
With the exception of Basara from Macross 7, and he's a whole different kettle of insane fish. But yeah, in general, it's not that I don't like Alto, it's just that I think he's a little bit boring compared to some of the other characters. Like most of them.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. I love this. See, this is what people tune in for the show for. They don't give a shit about the gameplay. They just want to hear us rip on our favorite franchises for a half hour. Oh my god. I have concerns. What is... Oh! I didn't put anything in that box.
In which box?
The little green one in the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, the video box?
Yeah.
The one where the game's supposed to go?
Yeah. Here, let me, I'll rectify that. Alto D's nuts. Candice this dick. Here, I'll put something there, podcasting crap. Since I'm talking about it, I may as well show everybody the image that I'm referring to. It's funny because when I originally went looking for this, I was having difficulty finding good images from the game itself because a lot of them were pretty low resolution, but then I found Z-Spun. Put that in the box. Right behind the browser source. Bam. That way when I'm talking, it looks like Misty's on the comms with us. At least for the duration of this series, right? Then we'll change that to somebody. We'll put Char there looking at Imperius as we go back to Gundam. That's actually kind of hilarious. I'm trying to do more stuff like this with the streams so that way people can... idol singers, I'm trying to do more stuff like this with the streams to give it kind of a unique feel. It would have been more organic if I hadn't announced on stream I was doing it, but, you know, whatever. For the next episode, nobody will know because it'll be like, only the regulars will be in the know. They'll all be like... Alright, let me get your screen share going here. And we'll hope to God that this doesn't kill the whole thing. There is a fund. It's not listed on the screen, but there is a fund of $200, and that is because I found a Radeon RX 580 8GB graphics card to replace the failing GTX 660 that's in this machine.
Barely burned?
What's that?
Barely burned?
What does that mean? Are you talking about for like...
I'm joking about the physical quality of used graphics cards.
Oh yeah.
especially after they've been used for
Slightly Bitcoined, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that is as far as I know, the listing said that it was not used. That it was not used for cryptocurrency mining,
Mm-hmm.
which is a thing that people need to say nowadays when they are
Mm-hmm.
listing graphics cards, because if you used it for mining, it undermines its value for her. There, get misty focused right here. All right, so let's get to work here. So there's our title screen.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second to get my phone up.
1992. Yep. So Macross 2036 and Macross Eternal Lovesong, which takes place in 2037, are both quasi-canonical direct sequels to. This is where it gets complicated because the wikis come into conflict on this. They claim it's a direct sequel to the original series, but the events and art style more closely remember Eternal Love Do You Remember, from which is the basis for Macross 2, which is a tangential side story that 2037. But it's a tangential side story that was not made. It was made by who was it made by? It was I know, right? It wasn't made by Big West. That was one of the controversies about it. Was that
Whoever owns the freaking character designs wasn't in it or wasn't doing it.
well, apparently Haruhiki Mikimoto was involved in the character design, and
I didn't say whoever did them. I said whoever owned them.
oh yeah, well yeah, it was basically what Studio New.
Yes.
Nue wasn't involved or something like that. There was something like that. Or Tatsunoko Production Company wasn't involved, or one of them. Because you can see it says Big West and NCS on this one. And Big West doesn't actually own the trademark on Macross. They're like a subcontractor or something. The relationships of these syndicates and conglomerates are always opaque to me, to mine eyes. but yeah, that's what it was so Macross 2 wasn't officially sanctioned, and that's why none of the subsequent Macross series, starting with Macross Plus and Macross 7, took a slightly different tack. Something bad is happening with my browser window. But as long as it doesn't lock up the rest of the machine, I don't give a shit. You'd think that the machine that has the most direct connection to the Gigablast wouldn't have these problems.
You'd think so, but nah.
Now, see, this is the problem. Every time I screen share, it fucks up this camera. Try something here. Stop. That's the problem with trying to force this stuff to work on the fly. Switch it to my NGO camera here and see what happens. Come on, you bastard. Still there?
Yes.
Okay. Still arguing with it slightly here.
Well, tell it to be nice.
I wish. There. Well, at least this camera isn't choppy. Yeah, until I fix the graphics card, my Firewire camera is basically out of commission. Do I even need that light? Something slightly different here. I'm backlit.
Oh no, how horrifying.
I know, right? Dun, 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 dun. God damn it. Not only am I backlit, but you get to see the back of my light. All these years in technology, you'd think, right?
Yeah, but you'd think that they would make things that are like better and not
You'd think-
maybe better if you look at it right and want to use advertising.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, this machine needs a bit more power. The 2200G processor and this video card. Yeah, I've got some J.J. Abrams lens flare going on here, don't I? Well, there's nothing to be done about it.
ライル君の情報により民命アタックが効かないわけが判明した。
Something about the Min-May attack.
昔私の部下であったカムジンが文化を嫌って脱走し、それまで得た知識をもとにプロトカルチャーの通信システムを再起動させたようだ。
プロトカルチャーの
そのシステムに我々の通信は割り込めない。
ではそのシステムを手に入れればいいわけですね。
それを君たちにやってもらおう。現在カムジンは火星空域にいる。君たちは月基地を奪回後カムジンを追ってほしい。我々は敵主力を引きつけておく。頑張ってくれ。は
Mission 20, Moon Base.
Well, hold on a second.
I know, I'm just reading that.
No. I just... Okay, two things. First of all, what was the gist of that cutscene? Because we didn't cover it last week.
Honestly, I didn't get that much of it, but I think this explains some of it. It's something about how they're going to be able to use... Remember how the min-may attack didn't work earlier?
Right.
I think they have a solution for that now.
Ah. Okay, so...
Yes, with Lyle's information, it was discovered why the min-may attack didn't work on Kamjin's squad because of the protoculture communication device.
The
For this
protocol
reason-
communication device. That sounds like Heisenberg compensators to me.
I don't know. Look, man, I think they were canceling it or something.
I see.
Stop going vertical, god damn it.
But that's half the fun. Honey roasted peanut. Do I need to advance it?
No.
You're still...
Kamjin has using a communication device to interrupt communication, whatever. For this reason, Kiryu and the others are called to separate from the main force on a joint forces and steal the communication device from them. Okay, now you can advance a bit.
Okay. This...
All right, that should be good. Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah, I did not get the last sentence of that, but I was hoping. So yes, the operation is a surprise attack, so it's necessary to capture the base before the enemy's main force arrives.
All right. Oh, wait, we have to complete it in 10 rounds. I can tell that much.
That is correct. Victory condition, all enemies defeated. Loss condition, Prometheus 2 destroyed, or the turn limit over.
I hope this is not a big
turn
map.
limit is 10 turns. So yes, it's a surprise attack, which we must complete in 10 turns.
All right. Once we get past the initial dialogue translation, I'm going to pause for a second and scroll around the map and look at what it is that we're actually dealing with here, so that way we can determine the next course of action for rapid deployment. Which is actually good because we got started late and there was a lot of shit going on here that prevented things from working correctly. Go ahead.
Yes, and remember, we may still need to stop early because I would very much like if it could be done like closer to 9:30 than 10.
Well,
From here to the enemy base, the Horn Squadron prepare to sortie for a raid. Yeah, raid. Roger. Why did you close? Dang it, did I brush my finger on the frickin' button?
lens flares and shit
This
not
time
working.
is a surprise. This time is a surprise attack, so please complete the mission as quickly as possible. If you take too long, enemy reinforcements will arrive.
And then we probably won't win.
If that happens, we'll have no chance.
Alright. So we got these guys. A lot of low-level F-rods here. Level 1. This ship is level 1.
Well, it is a large boy, though.
Yeah,
So
but this
hopefully the level 1 balances out the fact that they're large boys.
So we have to destroy all enemies.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
in 10 turns. At this time of year on this part of the moon, localized entirely within 10 turns.
We seem to have more troops.
Yes, we now have like over an entire column of generic soldiers. We have 3 generic Valkyrie dudes, 3 Spartans, 2 Tomahawks, and the Defender and the Phalanx.
Okay, well, maybe we got a shot.
Most relevantly, we have Valkyrie guys, which is an upgrade over the friggin' Spartans. And we have less Spartans and more of better things, I think.
Alright. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to split our forces 3 ways.
Or send them kind of down to the middle and hope everybody goes towards them, but yeah.
That's a thought.
And Dragon Lord, worst Portland. Actually, we do have Lockheed Martin in Maine, don't we? I hadn't really thought about that.
Uh-huh.
If we regain the lunar, taking back the moon base will give us an advantage in future operations.
Look at him being all leadery.
Also, this operation time isn't just about securing a frontline base in space. Excuse me. It also is a diversion against the Zentradi. This strategy will definitely succeed. I was gonna say we only make ships because we have Bath Iron Works in Maine, which is one of the major military ship producers. But no, we do also have Lockheed Martin.
Since these guys are so low level, I'm going to go ahead and risk putting them as far out as I possibly can.
Worth a shot.
Now she's saying, now Latrade
We're
seems
lucky to be
serious.
able to fight alongside Lyle again.
Yeah, that's the takeaway. Actually, I'm going to cancel that because she is in,
He's in the Armored D, which has a shorter movement.
right.
I mean, I think Kiryu and Misty's things are significantly faster moving than...
Now Lyle has a YF4 SP.
VF, but yes.
Yeah, VF, sorry.
I never thought I'd be fighting alongside Kiryu and the others again.
So we'll put them on this. We'll put this on this little advanced piece of the base that gives us some defense. I'm going to deploy all the Valkyries, and then I'm going to move the ship a little bit further forward, and then deploy all of our...
Slow things, yeah.
Yeah. Although I do actually
Although we are on the moon, so they should actually have decent maneuverability.
And I forgot, I put him in an armored as well.
Yeah, the armored guys aren't that fast. Maria is in an attack lead, though. Defeating the enemy at once is the key point of this strategy. Hint, you have a turn limit, even if you're not used to that. Lot is also in an attack feat.
Yeah, but he for some reason has greater range. And on top of that, he didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Because he's the boring protagonist of a completely different game.
Pretty much all of the terrain on the moon has a defensive advantage, especially these craters.
Which makes sense. They do have walls of moon dirt. Which apparently moon dirt is actually like a huge issue.
Oh yeah, it
For,
cuts like
like-
glass apparently.
Right, because there isn't any air up there to round off the edges on it.
Yep. So when it blows up, a dust storm on the moon is a bad thing.
Yeah, there's nothing. So it's all stuff that just formed that way and then has been lying there without being eroded at all for thousands of years. So it still has sharp edges.
Millions of years, but yeah. I find it hard to believe I've come millions of miles, thousands of miles on an invited tour of your facility.
I'm being charitable.
I know, but
Yeah.
that was a perfect opportunity to go full Scotty on you.
The a Micon carrier is launching carrier-based planes, it looks like. Huh. Are they going to try to take back this base?
You're goddamn right I am. Fine.
Send a request for reinforcements. All ship hold out for as long as possible, wait for the arrival of reinforcements, and then attack all at once. I think.
Sure.
Sir. Essex, which is the Centrali version of Roger, or Essequista. Essex. So of course they do the pointless shuffle.
That's the official name of that dance. Well, at least the game isn't spending an exorbitant amount of time thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, those are all just regular ass Rigolds, so.
Yeah, they suck. I could probably send our generic dudes there and level up like a bunch of times. I'm gonna go to this mountain ridge and then I'm gonna try to get us past this mountain ridge and then send all of our destroids after this lower base.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have all of our battloids go right for the commander. And then hopefully we'll be within the turn limit to actually.
We can hope. 10 turns is actually a decent amount of time.
I'm thinking we go back to our strategy of Gerwalk mode for now, so that way we still have range, but we have the defensibility against any attacks that might slip through. I'm having trouble seeing the edge of our movement here. Fuck it, I'm gonna have Kiryu go in here and menace these assholes. Wait, we have to transform him first. I suppose I could do that without, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Words are hard. Alright, what ranged crap do we have here?
If they have low enough hit points, also you could use it as just the multi-target missile things.
Alright, so what are his new weapons?
Beam cannon, range from 4 to... No, wait. Beam cannon... I'm not sure what these... I think it's 4 hits with 60% chance or something.
Well, anyway...
I don't know what the HI thing is.
Don't care about that.
Anyway,
so the second one is
sorry.
beam cannon, and what's the bottom one?
The first one is beam cannon, the second one is MM missile, and the bottom one is railgun.
Ooh.
The railgun costs 15 energy and has a range of, well, you just saw what it was.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna nuke as many dudes as we possibly can in one go. Since it looks like I'm closer to this bottom group, I'm gonna go after them first. And we'll sweep counterclockwise.
That might work.
In range? Not yet. Come on, come on! She'll fly apart! Fly her apart then! Apparently the actor who played the Excelsior helmsman in Star Trek VI, when they brought him back for the episode Flashback, decided to affect a quasi-Russian accent that he didn't do in the movie.
Weird.
Yeah. Apparently, and from all the interviews that I've read with him, he's kind of nutty. Like, I mean, kind of nuttier than squirrel shit. But in a benign way. You know, the truth of the matter is, you gotta be a little bit nuts to work in Hollywood.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we're just wiping the floor with these guys. And you're sure it's kill everyone?
It was the same for Kanji as it's been for every other mission that was that.
Okay, just making sure. I believe it, but I just, you know, it's like I don't want to have to repeat. I don't want to have a repeat of 2 weeks ago, basically.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll be if more guys show up and they don't suck.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they're gonna do. I think I should probably send some people to start supporting Misty here. We're probably going to be making our sweep really quickly here. Maria. So many dudes. All right, end turn. It'd be nice if they were not planning on moving any of them to not spot check each unit.
Unfortunately, I think they have to.
Yeah, I don't think the AI is smart enough to figure it out otherwise. I'm trying to remember if I defeated this in 10 rounds or not before.
Well, if you didn't, you lost, so...
Yeah.
I think there may be reinforcements before 10 rounds, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad scene. No matter how you slice it. Oh, you know, somehow that level 1 ship missed him. I don't know how that happened.
Could it be that they suck?
What did he say? Alex. You there?
Oh, sorry, I muted myself because I was coughing. He's saying, everyone, hurry up and take down your enemies.
Still not in range to fire. Yeah. I'm actually bringing him into point blank range so that way I can get these enemies to attack us and die.
Hopefully. Hopefully they don't have a completely pacifist AI.
Yeah, that would be annoying. I have a feeling if I take out this command ship, though, that they'll get aggressive real fast. Ah!
But yeah, deculture.
Alright, let's get into it. Apparently that guy's too close. It'd be fucking hilarious if we took all 4 of them out with this hit. But I'm not holding my breath.
I mean, we do what we can. Sorry, I was coughing again.
Yeah. Well, we definitely killed one of the lieutenants. One go.
The soldiers?
Yeah. Doesn't anybody have any more missiles?
Sorry, sir, we only carry a certain number of missiles. If we carried more, the planes would not go.
I was really hoping you would pick up on the Independence Day reference.
Sorry, I haven't seen that in decades. Unfortunately.
I mean... Oh no! Misty may take on this entire brigade all by herself.
It's possible. They do suck.
And you're right, they took a passive AI. I should have dropped off the destroids and sent them after this group. Oh. Ho ho! They mad now. But they also did. I guess they're all just gonna go after Lot now. Oh. Captain Generico. We're gonna have to get a move on because we are already up to round 4.
Yep. Alright, since I clearly don't need the Prometheus here, we're gonna head the other way. We're gonna head the other way and drop off all of our legged battle units. You know, every time I try to drop them off, there's a mountain range in the fucking way that's gonna slow them down. Yeah, that's how it goes. Hopefully, you'd think they'd be better at mountains. Being biped, like, they shouldn't be that bad at it.
Oh, Misty. Get in there and mix it up. Oh, she still didn't take the damn thing down. Alright, we're gonna force the troops now to attack us. That'll hopefully speed things up. What?
Why are we losing?
Because you're not trained.
Yeah, it's because all your guys suck, including you.
The good news is, even in Gerwalk mode, I can traverse that distance really fast. It's because he is a giant green man.
I assume Gerwalk is not actually supposed to be able to fly very high because your main thrusters are pointing down. But it does mean you don't have to worry about rough terrain.
I mean, they do use it for stunts in the series, you know, where they switch into Gerwalk mode as like a retro rockets or something.
Yeah.
Like for high-speed maneuvers in space. Which is actually kind of absurdist, because if they suddenly blasted rockets in the other direction, the pilot would be like cream cheese in the cabin.
Something inertial damper something.
Right. Which I'm pretty sure these fighters don't have.
Alternately, part of the alteration in physics that allows sound to work in space also means that turning around is easier.
Ah. Like the neglected works of Jacqueline and Suzanne.
Sorry, that went completely over my head, I think.
That's Star Trek 4 reference.
Ah. Okay, I do... Sorry, my brain is terrible at remembering a lot of specifics from movies, although I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid either.
So the joke is that in the 23rd century, what they considered to be the popular fiction of the 20th century is apparently bodice-ripping romance novels.
Ah.
Like, they've misinterpreted that.
Well, there were certainly enough of those that if you go by volume.
Yeah, and so Spock goes, the giants. Completely unironically, because he's serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, you know, whatever's most prolific that survives to that century is going to be seen as the quote-unquote literature of the time period. And like all the really good stuff.
At least to a point, yeah.
Yeah, well, and there's also no accounting for what future taste will look like. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, you see, we bought all these dance step mats, and we're testing them out at giant robot scale.
God damn it, attack me! It does, yes, and that's a continuation of the same joke.
I mean, at a certain point, music that's over a certain number of hundreds of years old is going to have to be called something.
Yeah, but traditionally in Star Trek: The Next Generation and other series, what the genre of classical music was always like Bach and Beethoven and all the, you know.
I mean, they do still have those. It's just that, like, what we would call classic rock is also so old that it's classical.
Right.
I mean, when does Star Trek take place nowadays? In the 2500s, 2400s?
No. It's, well, Discovery is set in the year 3191. Or 3190. Season 5, I believe, will be 3190.
And is that the furthest forward?
Yeah, 32nd century.
So we're closer to Bach than that is to us.
Yeah. But Star Trek: The Next Generation takes place, or Picard is the most future-forward series right now, other than that, and it takes place in 2401.
Okay. Which is still actually about the same distance from us now as we are from Bach.
Yep.
Let's see.
Right?
Everyone hurry up. The enemy reinforcement fleet is about to arrive. Hey, Futurama also had the Beastie Boys being prolonged, although in that case it was by being fucking heads in jars in robot hell as part of their torture.
If that isn't meta, I don't know what is. If the fact... Gonna have to start deploying dudes here.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
Taking those something. The number of enemies is high, but but our units are stronger, I think.
Great, let's go.
Technically, it's like our arm is stronger, but.
Buddy, get out of here. Where the fuck are you going? It's time to fire off Death Blossom! Boy, we're just getting all the sci-fi references in here tonight.
Apparently. Although at least that one is starfighters.
Yeah.
Although these are really more air fighters that just also happen to work in space.
Did she say I'm sorry again?
Yeah, gomenne. Or sorry about this.
I'm not that sorry, though. For you are in opposition to my cause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually putting them on the front side to block the pods in. So that way, if, God forbid, one of them attempts to escape me, they will not succeed.
Probably a good idea. So what, it's the top left group that's just currently not engaged enough?
Oh, what did he say?
Don't think you'll come home alive.
That's a fair
Or
assessment.
I guess it would be go home alive.
I don't have any weapons that can hit him. I guess.
That's what happens with weird ranges. Can't hit anything at range 2 because, sure, why not?
Alright, we need to quickly start heading this way. Alright, we only got one more enemy battle pod up here, and then we can send all the troops in to raid this space and end this once and for all.
Unless the enemies all respawn in a completely different, or the enemy reinforcements all spawn in a completely different corner of the map, and then we'll have to split again.
I have a... I don't know if it's actually that imminent. I think it's just that we're over the halfway point in the battle, so she had to say that.
It could be, it's either, I figured it was either that or there are actual reinforcements on turn 5, or turn 6 halfway through the battle.
If there are, it's going to be too hard to reach them.
Well, it depends on where they spawn, but yeah.
Urgent message.
Huh? Enemy ship reinforcements. There are approximately 300 of them. So I don't think we're going to be fighting those, hopefully. Please don't spawn. 600 seconds left until contact. So yes, we still have time.
So 10 minutes.
Yes.
What a weird way to say
That's what
that.
it says. I don't know.
In range? Not yet. See, this is the problem. They put these inconvenient fucking mountains here that I get to traverse one square at a time.
Two of those guys are Valkyries, I think.
Yeah, but if I transform them, it drops their armor and weapons pods.
Oh, right, they're armored. Right, that's why they're in that mode. Sorry. I forgot about that, even though we talked about it last time.
This is why I was trying to wait until I got the Prometheus over the damn mountains, but I guess...
But unfortunately, the ship is slow, too.
Right. And you would think that a starship would have vastly superior movement range, but you would be mistaken.
I mean, in Super Robot Wars 30, your main ship is slow as fuck, but that's because it's bigger than a goddamn Star Destroyer. So I assume it's just, sorry, it doesn't have good acceleration, so it has a base movement move more.
Which is the opposite of reality, because I get fucking tired of this, oh, it's a behemoth, so it's slow. It's like, no, that is the opposite of reality. Space is fucking different than land!
It is, although big things will have a big high speed. That doesn't mean they'll have a huge acceleration.
More power equals more speed and acceleration in space. That is the law of physics.
You're still going against inertia, though. You still have to, like, put in energy to move all of the mass.
There's no resistance because there's no gravity in deep space.
Inertia is a separate thing from drag. There's no drag, there is still inertia.
To move in it, there is no inertia if you're starting from idle.
Yes, there is. That's literally half of inertia.
Okay, but acceleration is not affected by that outside of a gravity well.
Yes, it is. What is it? Power is something about mass by distance? I can't find the stupid formula. Anyway, you do still have to apply a certain amount of force to an object to make it move at a certain speed. Like, if a guy in space on a spacewalk next to the International Space Station punches the International Space Station, the guy's gonna go further than the space station does. The main thing is that you have to be big to carry enough fuel to make things actually go fast in space.
I don't have time to research all the articles on this, but the simple fact of the matter is that the larger the object it is, the more power it has, because it has to have a power coefficient approaching infinity to be able to maneuver in space, in deep space, at any constant speed. So as a result, the larger your power plant, the better it is. These smaller, more maneuverable ships are bullshit because it defies the laws of physics in space. Things that require aerodynamics are faster inside atmospheres, and therefore smaller objects can accelerate faster inside an atmosphere.
I mean, even with things like ships, aircraft carriers are not slow. They just can't turn fast.
Well, they run at about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour if you convert knots correctly.
They could do way better than that. They just usually don't.
That I'm going to dispute you on.
Anyway.
Top speed of the USS Gerald.
Also, I'm bad at converting in my head, so...
34.5 miles per hour is the top speed of the USS Gerald R. Ford, which is the largest supercarrier in the world.
Okay.
Because it is a large object inside a gravity well, even though it's nuclear powered. But it needs that much power in order to move that fast. And that, for a ship, that's fast. But again, we're dealing with the opposite problem. 500 seconds.
But yes, it's the deadline for the battle.
Yep. Oh, you bee! I'm trying desperately to get her into missile range or something.
Also, hilariously, in Super Robot Wars 30, you do spend about half the game in atmosphere.
Yeah.
In a ship that's bigger than a Star Destroyer.
space is fictionless, which is a funny typo. I think he meant frictionless, but I like
It
that.
can be
I like
both.
Right,
Yeah.
that's why I like it, because it can be definitely both.
So yeah, the dry trigger would definitely be slow in atmosphere because it's 2,021 meters long.
Yeah. But on the near the even near the surface of the moon, the Prometheus should be able to go more than 2 units.
It's 3, I think, but yeah.
You're killing me, dude. You're trying to give me a stroke here.
Part of it is the fact that having a unit that's actually bigger than 1 square makes the distances it can move look smaller relative to body length. But it's nowhere near all of the problem.
Get the fuck in there! Jesus Christ! Move it, asshole! I got nothing. Destroy them! These guys are getting wrecked.
Oh yeah, the entire difficulty is that there are just a lot of targets. In a Super Robot Wars game, a map like this would be a, hey, did you bring all your guys with map attacks test? But in this game, you don't get deployment choices, you just deploy all your dudes, including the 2/3 of the team that is just Corporal some guy.
Corporal crap. Spelled K-R-A-P-P.
Sure. We got who's in a Valkyrie, what's in a Spartan, and I don't know who's in a friggin' Destroyed Phalanx.
But what's the name of the other guy?
Yeah.
Third base.
Yes.
These guys are trialing me, I swear to God. It's like, no points for you. Is this a tactical error?
I wouldn't know.
I was doing a meme verbally.
Oh, yeah, is this a pigeon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that is the guy doesn't actually know because he's an alien robot. It's from like episode 2 or 3 of Brave of Fire Firebird.
Okay, come on. Come get me, you cowards. It's like this occupying force took the moon in scenario 1.
Then just hung around and like
Yeah.
didn't improve anything. Yeah.
Translation.
Something 2.5. Wait, light seconds?
What?
Start of optical survey. Distance 2.5 light seconds. Residual time 250 seconds.
Oy vey.
Are they folding in and you're detecting that somehow?
I guess so. Hit the fucking target.
Or are they traveling at what, 1/100th of a light year per second? Because that's very fast.
We're about to hit a lot of dudes here, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
The culture!
Alright.
Yeah, even 1% of a light year per second is extremely fast. Or no, a light second per second, so...
Space folding is just like warp drive. As I make a horrible face.
Okay, so yeah, a light second rounds pretty cleanly to 300 million meters. So 3,000 kilometers.
Alright, Prometheus, get in on this action, you son of a bitch. I'm telling you, this much covering fire should have hit every one of these bastards. That should not be a single target attack. Even in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fucker's still out of range! Fucking hate this game. I don't even recall what round we're on now.
7 or 8. Yeah, I feel like 111,000 miles per hour is a little bit fast. Am I wrong? Even in space? I'd give it a Mach number, but I'm not comfortable dividing by the speed of sound in a vacuum.
Well, I assure these gentlemen they are not retreating. What kind of deployables you got, Smick?
Like, these are literally moderately upgraded versions of the things they had in Macross 1.
Yeah. Well, the Zentradi are not exactly known for being innovators. I just have to resign myself to the fact that none of my Battloid troopers are gonna get any points, except for Latrade, because she got there. Like, you got there, you
know
won.
what they say, better to win and have a couple of people at low experience than to just lose, so...
You bastard. You old bastardo. I sincerely hope that these last two assholes decide to turn and attack. Our legged troopers are tripped up by the mountains.
It's the moon. Shouldn't they be able to jump?
You know, especially with those rocket shoes. Ah! He attacks the one thing that can't shoot back. And guess what?
And also, he can't hurt.
Apparently. Alright, how much trouble are we in?
Moon base something. The moon base is breaking through the warning line. I don't know what that's talking about. Something about the lower block partition. Oh, you might have to arrive at the base. I don't know.
Oh, you're kidding me.
What?
It's all the fucking way over here.
I don't think so. Well, you have more than one base. Try landing someone on it and see what happens.
Well, that puts somebody in it.
Yeah, and there is still one enemy, so... Or at least the one.
Attack him!
Just a level friggin' nothing regold. Operation finished. Valkyrie squad, please rescue the survivors.
We're gonna space fold out of here and take a chunk of the moon with us.
Yeah. Well, actually, after resupplying the main... After resupplying at the lunar base, the ship will fold to Mars airspace. And...
Personally, I have issues with them space folding or going to warp inside the solar system, but, you know, whatever. I've always had problems
They never
with that.
left the solar system in the first show.
Right.
Inside the Earth's sphere, yes. And from there we will proceed to attack the Kamjin fleet. So the usual thing you can't do is fold out in atmosphere, which the moon isn't.
Alright, pay attention.
決まってる。ライルもろとも叩き潰せ。衛星消す。
Now we've just been introduced to yet another new guy.
So that was roughly so. Lyle has joined the enemy, has he? Well, no matter. We'll crush him. Mission 21, Mars area. After a successful battle on the moon's surface, Kiryu's team...
Yes.
I was winging it, but yeah, after recapturing the lunar base, Kiryu and the joint forces pursue Kamjin headed to Mars. Kamjin sensed this, ordered Grimzo, his subordinate, to intercept Prometheus 2 as it was supposed to break into the airspace where a large force of Zentradi was waiting.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this scenario. We got about 20 minutes left at the latest.
At the most, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to start this scenario. And
we
then
can
we're
at
going
least
to
do some scouting, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to do a suspend in the middle using the feature that you said you detected when we were last playing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Victory conditions. Defeat of the Crimson Machine. Or Crimzo. The boss guy. Defeat, Prometheus 2 destroyed. Turn limit, none.
And what does that mean? It means it's going to be a big map. Probably with a lot of dudes.
Oh, wow. This is Crimzo.
I don't think he's
Lyle.
recruitable.
Lyle, you're a traitor. Lyle, don't let the traitor Lyle live, or something like that.
He's got really good art, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
He's one of the handsome Zentradi. You
Yeah.
know, the ones that don't look like they have broccoli inside their skulls. Huh? Crimzo, is that you? Lord Kamjin is very angry with you.
Oh no.
Is that right?
Send my regards to the commissar.
You must have been people who once lived on Earth, question mark. Or you must, I don't know. Hold on. I'm not going to listen to the words of a traitor. Crimzo, was he still alive?
Oh, he must have been a character in the previous game.
Must have been. Maria?
Oh, he must have been a Zentradi who grew up on Earth who went back to space.
Yeah, that's probably it.
That's why he's
That's
got awesome
right.
art.
That's just as well. I'll pay you back what I owe you from last time.
Wow, that's a lot of dudes.
That is indeed a lot of dudes.
It's a very narrow map, so it's a
And
forward.
they don't
It's a
suck
forward
this
push.
time. Oh wow. Yeah.
Level 17.
So that's two dudes and two. So that's one group, and then a significant gap, and then another entire group.
Level 16. This is going to be fucking hard.
Uh-huh. On the plus side, we have some useless friends.
Dare I aggressively move the ship into attack range?
I mean, you might need to, but... Okay, I guess it is only a move range of 2. Or no, wait, it's 4.
Yeah.
Or is that just on the first turn?
Well, guess we're dumping everybody out. Alright, we're gonna need some translation. help.
我らが文化に... So these guys are Zentradi who were unfamiliar with culture and they returned to battle? For those who love fighting, peace becomes very boring.
I think a significant portion of this battle is going to be the types of weapon deployment that I do. There is also a possibility. Maria has something to say.
Crimzo is one of Kamjin's subordinates. Lon and I defeated him in our previous battles. I didn't know he was still alive. But I guess it was easier than making a new portrait.
That was you talking.
The last bit was me, yes.
I was like, wait a goddamn minute. The game can't be that meta.
Everything else was really there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something number one.
It's been a year since we fought the Kamjin fleet. Will we beat you again?
I have a feeling that given how high in level these guys are, that there's a possibility that the Minmay attack is going to be deployed here. They're going to drop in level, or they're going to lose effectiveness.
That would be nice. Because otherwise they are higher level than many of our guys.
Yeah, and I don't think it's physically possible for us to get higher in level. Like the way that the previous battles were structured. There was no way to level up our troops further than they are now.
Only maybe a very little bit.
Like, even if we destroyed everything. I don't think that there is a campaign selector where we can go back and continuously level up our troops. And we'll just put this dude in the middle. See what happens.
I think that is a dude who very much does not want to be in melee range with anything, but... Like, I think that guy, I think that's the Phalanx, and it is even more than most Destroids. Basically a pair of giant missile boxes with legs.
Well, we seem to be doing significant damage against these guys. I think I'm going to need to go into Battleoid mode for this combat.
Though the allies are all in Batroid mode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least our allied ships are doing something this time. Even if it's just reducing the number of battle pods that are going to be fucking with us. God, I'm tired. I think if we actually had to defeat all these guys with missile launchers, this is going to be a hopeless battle.
Yeah, attack in waves. Don't give the enemy time to reload or resupply.
Yeah, he's not moving. See this?
Well, there's no time limit here. First wave attacking.
Okay, well, come get me.
Or Ipan, hey, we barely knew him.
This is going to take forever. They're doing that weird thing again. I don't understand why the Allied fighter didn't hit him with the guns at that range.
Neither do I.
Yeah, at least they're wasting missiles on the generic guys.
Mm-hmm.
The hell does he have to say?
Be prepared.
That was unusual.
Or prepare yourselves, probably.
Alright, so here's how this is going to go. If I get an opportunity to attack, then I'm going to deploy my controllable units, and then we're going to suspend.
Okay.
Captain Crook, Captain Book, and Captain Cook. Oh my god, get in there! I vaguely remember this scenario being you have to defeat the first wave, and then after that, something happens to make the rest of it easier.
I hope so.
This is how it ends.
I can't go any forward. Even you guys should retreat. Oh well, I guess this is how I die. Or you
Okay.
guys try not to die or something.
All right, like I said, we're gonna sortie these motherfuckers. Everybody in range of that is getting hit, by the way. Everything that was in that diamond, I believe, is
Yeah.
getting hit. Or not.
Or not, I guess.
Maybe it's this one that hits everything? Let's find out.
Well, it seems to be hitting multiple things at least.
Well, there's a high probability that this thing is going to go up a level or two. We're still hitting targets, folks.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's for.
It's because we hit him with the Illudium P-38 modular space destructor.
Now inconvenient missile form.
Right.
As long as it doesn't disintegrate anymore.
Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to land there. Eat this, fucker! While I take 0 damage.
Culture.
Whoa, when did Misty go up to level 17?
She was always a little bit higher than everybody else, I think. And she was one of the people who actually made it to the battle last time, so she shot down a lot of guys.
Well, Kiryu is finally catching up. I guess there was more than one dude in range. Well, this is good because we need to get these destroids up in level because otherwise the final battle is going to be really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of dialogue.
The same as last time. Don't think you'll go home alive.
Oh. Hey, you see, Lyle and Misty aren't taking any hits from these guys, whereas Kiryu, being slightly lower in level, is having a slightly harder time.
How did Gray get to level 15?
Because I've been using him a lot, and he has... And I believe his missile is another one of those area of effect attacks.
That'd do it, yeah.
Alright, let's see if we can get Kang in here. Are you fucking kidding me? Useless. She's got the same goddamn thing, and she's got more range than him.
Huh.
There may be distinct character things, but if there are, I did not see them labeled anywhere. It does tell you what each individual character's specs are going to be when they upgrade, but I didn't see any easy way to compare between Latrada's armored V and Kane's armored V or whoever.
Yeah. Well, Latrade's now wrecking a bunch of dudes.
Culture.
She's like halfway to level 17 now. I need to get girlfriend in battle here. I want to take out these missile pods first. So that way they can't mess with us in the next round. Which, as I said, we're not going to do in this episode.
Right.
Oh, thank God she leveled up. I was possibly in missile range, but I decided not to do it. Not yet. Does this guy also have area of effect missiles? He had a pretty wide range on that.
His unit just says it's Valkyrie, so...
Nope, it was just the
just
one.
one guy.
Huh. I'm gonna save his missile because I have this feeling that if I moved that guy forward, he would get bombed on by the enemy that's left.
Definite possibility.
Alright, I believe that is our last attack.
I'll do a quick scan for anybody who doesn't have end on them.
Okay.
I don't see anyone except for the other surviving destroyer that we don't control.
Yeah, and there's like a dude over here that we don't control.
Okay, so to go to suspend, go to an empty square and bring up the menu. So the options on this are end turn, memory save, memory load. And then let me double check the last two. Or the last ones. Victory conditions, battle mode, which I think you can set it to auto. And then the last one is unit details, which might have come in handy a while ago, but so the second one should let you save the memory.
Okay. Did you catch what
And
that
next
said?
time, yeah, it just said memory save completed.
Alright.
So you should be able to stop the game now, and then next time, memory load from the main screen or
And
from
what are
going
these
to
two?
battle. Look at the victory conditions. Battle mode, which I think, oh, maybe it's letting you view the battles. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the battle animations.
Yeah. And then the bottom one is unit details, which if you select that, will show you all of your dudes. You can presumably cycle through them.
I can. And it shows us how many experience to next level.
Mm-hmm.
It even shows us the enemy units.
Yep. The order is a little bit weird, but whatever. I was gonna say there's usually a way to do that, and usually the way you do it is clicking on the enemy units. But that wasn't working, so this is how you do it, I guess.
Well, now we know how much they need to get in order to go up a level. He's close, so we need to get him into combat real quick. He's getting somewhat close.
Yep. She kind of just leveled up. Lot's about halfway. General Eric's are round about halfway usually, except that guy.
Well, he just went up a level because he blew up like 5 dudes.
Again, there's a time and a place for Batroids, or Destroids rather.
This guy's fucked. If we don't get him some like low-level dudes quick, I think he's gonna just be ass out of luck. He's just gonna be cannon fodder forever.
I mean, we could have on the last battle, but then he was in a thing that couldn't fly.
I just don't know why it started us so far behind on some of these.
No idea.
Alright. Good to know. Alright, so I'm going to take the risk and go ahead and shut down the emulator. Of course, I don't have the right camera set.
Of course, where would the fun in that be? Excuse me.
Either that or Minicam just died.
Oh, and you can raid over to fragments when you're done. They are going.
Aha.
Yeah, your face isn't showing up either, so. There's your face again.
That's fucking great. What a great piece of technology.
You are technically 2 pixels too high also. Unless you don't want to be able to see the purple border. Honestly, I don't care, but... Or rather, okay, that's a lie. I care a little, but I recognize that I'm super anal about stuff like that.
Welcome to my life, folks. Anywho, that's it for this week's installment of Strategy Sundays. I will be back at 9 o'clock Pacific for more City of Villains with Shadows Mist. I believe that's what's going to happen here. And we'll be here with Blue Side tomorrow, but I believe that Kietra has another doctor's appointment, so there will not be a FPS shenanigans. So... No paladins again for this week, which is very disappointing because I feel like we're falling out of practice every time we skip, but life's hard and I just... Wait a minute. Was I going to run it myself? I may try to run it myself. That's it. No, we're not going to do that because we had some scheduling thing because of that. Yeah, we're just not doing FPS shenanigans tomorrow. Anywho, yeah. So join me again at 9 o'clock. So join me again at 9 o'clock Pacific for more City of Villains. Until then, of course, we have Fragments of Silicon going on over here, and we'll raid over to that momentarily. But for now, that's it for the Strategy Sundays. I'm Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.